need to tell someone about this. I need to get this out before I lose my nerve. My name is Alex, and for the past 6 months, I've been living in what I thought was my dream apartment. Affordable rent in the city, hardwood floors, big windows, quiet neighborhood. The landlord even threw in the first month free. There was just one thing he forgot to mention. I wasn't the only tenant. Let me back up. I moved into 447 Maple Street last October. It's an old converted house. Nothing fancy, but it had character. The kind of place with creaky stairs and radiators that clang at night. I'm on the second floor. 2 bedrooms, decent kitchen, my own entrance. Perfect for someone fresh out of college trying to save money. The landlord, Mr. DeMario, was this older guy. Soft-spoken, a little too eager to get me to sign the lease. He kept saying things like, "You won't find a better deal," and "You'll have plenty of privacy." I thought he was just a good salesman. I should have asked more questions. The first 2 weeks were normal. I unpacked, set up my furniture, started my new job. The building was quiet. Almost too quiet. No neighbors above me. The attic was sealed off. No neighbors beside me. The other unit had been empty for months, according to Mr. DeMario. But sometimes, late at night, I'd hear something. At first, I thought it was the pipes. Old buildings settle right. Radiators knock. Floorboards creak. But this was different. It would start around 11 p.m. footsteps, directly below my bedroom. Slow, deliberate, pacing back and forth. I'd freeze in bed, listening. Step, step, step. Then silence. I convinced myself it was the downstairs neighbors. Maybe someone worked night shifts. Maybe they had insomnia. I didn't want to be that person who complains about every little noise. But here's the thing. There was no downstairs apartment. I checked the mailboxes one morning. 2 slots, one for me. Second floor, one unmarked. I asked the mail carrier about it. "Just you and the owner, as far as I know," she said. I went back inside and stood in the hallway, staring at the door to the basement. It was at the end of the first floor corridor. Old wood, painted over a dozen times, a heavy padlock on the outside. I texted Mr. DeMario. "Hey, is there someone living in the basement?" He replied an hour later. "Basement's just storage, locked for safety, don't worry about it." That should have been enough. But that night, the footsteps came back. Only this time, they were louder. I started keeping a log. November 3rd. Footsteps, 11:17 p.m. to 11:43 p.m. November 5th. Footsteps. Something metal dropped. Heard a voice, couldn't make out words. November 9th. Footsteps, then knocking. 3 times, directly below my bed. I stopped sleeping well. I'd lie awake, staring at the ceiling, waiting for it to start. And it always started. One night, I couldn't take it anymore. I grabbed a flashlight and went downstairs. The basement door was still locked. I pressed my ear against it. Silence. Then I heard it. A voice, faint, coming from the other side. Not supposed to be here. I jumped back. My hands were shaking. I ran back upstairs, locked my door, and shoved a chair under the handle. The next morning, I called Mr. DeMario. "There's someone in the basement." "No, Alex, there's not." I heard them. I heard a voice. He sighed, long and tired. "Listen, that basement's been sealed for 15 years. There's black mold down there. Structural issues. It's dangerous. You're probably hearing pipes, maybe rats. Old buildings play tricks on you." This wasn't rats. "I'll come by next week and check it out. In the meantime, just ignore it. Get some sleep." He hung up. I wish I'd left right then. But rent was cheap. My lease had 6 months left. And part of me, stupidly, thought maybe he was right. Maybe I was just stressed. New job, new city, unfamiliar sounds. Then things got worse. The knocking became regular, every night. 3 knocks, always at 11:34 p.m. exactly. Then it started happening during the day. I'd be working from home, and I'd hear footsteps beneath my desk, pacing, sometimes stopping directly under where I sat. One afternoon, I was in the kitchen making coffee. I heard a sound I'll never forget. Singing, a woman's voice, humming a lullaby. It was coming from the vent in the floor. I dropped my mug. It shattered. The humming stopped. I grabbed my laptop, my phone, and my keys. I went to a coffee shop and stayed there until dark. When I came back, I found something that made my blood run cold. There was a note slipped under my door, handwritten, shaky letters. It said, "Please stop walking so loud. You're right above my bedroom." I didn't sleep that night. I sat on my couch with every light on, clutching a kitchen knife. At 6 a.m., I called the police. They sent 2 officers. I showed them the note, told them about the footsteps, the knocking, the voice. They were polite but skeptical. "Has anyone threatened you?" "No, but..." "Have you seen anyone enter or exit the building?" "No, but someone's down there." They went to the basement door, checked the padlock. "It's locked from the outside, ma'am. No one's getting in or out of here." "Then break it open." They exchanged a look. "We can't do that without the owner's permission. This is private property. But if you're feeling unsafe, we recommend staying with a friend. Maybe contact your landlord again." They left. I sat there, staring at that basement door, and I made a decision. I waited until midnight. I went downstairs with a crowbar I'd bought that afternoon. My hands were shaking, but I didn't care anymore. I needed to know. The padlock snapped. I pulled the door open. A wave of cold, stale air hit me. The smell of mildew and something else. Something sour. I shined my flashlight down the stairs. They went deep. Deeper than they should have. The walls were covered in old, peeling wallpaper, water stains. And at the bottom, a door, slightly ajar. I went down, step by step. The air got colder. I could hear my own breathing echoing. I reached the bottom, pushed the door open. It was a bedroom, a full bedroom. Mattress on the floor, blankets, a lamp, a small table with a plate of half-eaten food, photographs pinned to the wall, dozens of them, of the house, of the street, of me. There were pictures of me moving in, me getting my mail, me sitting in my kitchen. Someone had been watching me. And then I saw it. In the corner, a calendar, X's marked on every day for the past 6 months, and tomorrow's date circled in red, with 2 words written next to it, moving day. I ran. I didn't look back. I bolted up those stairs, out the door, into my car, and I drove. I'm at a motel now. 2 towns over. I called the police again. They're sending someone to investigate. But here's the thing that's keeping me awake right now. Before I left, I checked my lease one more time. The address says 447 Maple Street, 2nd floor. But when I looked at the mailbox today, really looked at it, mine says 2nd floor. The unmarked one? It says lower 2. Mr. DeMario knew. He's always known. And whoever was living below me, they're not there anymore. Because tonight, when I checked my rearview mirror leaving that house, I saw someone standing in my apartment window, looking down, exactly where I used to stand.